The UST Growling Tigers with their best finish in the men's basketball tournament in 4 years. They are this season's silver medalists. That's their first podium finish since 2015. And we still have here with us Sports Desk basketball analyst, Coach Ronnie Magsanok. Let's talk about UST's gallant stand here, Coach, in Game 2 of the finals. It was closer than in Game 1. And like what you said earlier, they tried the best that they could.
They made the necessary adjustments, personnel-wise, rotation-wise, defensive schemes, name it. Coach Alden Ayo pushed the right buttons, and they were there, right there. Right there in the mix. But eventually, once again, the composure and poise of Ateneo stood out in the end, and they deserved to win their third straight championship.
How did the lack of, let's say, playoff experience, because they have a young team, they have a lot of young guns here, become a factor, especially dun sa end game where Ateneo showed their dominance and their superiority?
I thought that it was not inexperience that hurt UST. I felt it was fatigue. Because since November 6, every play date, nilaro nila yan eh. So, tatlong Final Four matchups, tapos dalawang laro laban sa Ateneo. So, you play probably 5 games in about 2.5 weeks. And that's going to be a huge physical challenge. And eventually, it caught up with them dahil, syempre, nakadiinan na, konti na lang ang rotation. And it showed yung mga mistakes na nangyari dun sa dulo. Minsan, nadadapa na lang sila sa pagod, sa sobrang effort, sa sobrang hirap. And it tells on you when you least expect it. Alam mo naman, yung katawan ng tao, bibigay at bibigay. At ito yung pinupoint natin Coach Tab Baldwin, that they had 16 days to work on their fitness. UST only had 48 hours to prepare for the final series against Ateneo. And they worked their best. They showed their best, especially in Game 2. Kaya lang talagang napakabigat talaga matibag itong Blue Eagles.
UST entered the season under the radar, sabi nga ng iba. Sila yung dark horse daw. Looking ahead to next season, to season 83, do you already consider UST as a contender for next season, Coach?
I think the expectations will be higher. We did not see that to start the season for them. Pero kung titignan mo talaga tong team na to, as early as the Phil Oil Tournament, they were really good in terms of roster power, in terms of system and philosophy. Meron disiplinado. They have proven that they are under a very good mentor who knows how to win. It's going to be very interesting, given that coaching changes have already occurred, even before the final game was played. So, is UST going to be a contender next year? I believe so. They still have Chabio. They still have, of course, Abando and Mark Nonoy to build on. So, that's a very good player in every position. So, you build your supplementary or complementary players around this core that you have going to the next few years.
How about Renzo Subido? Of course, he will be a big loss dito sa UST. Point guard, sharp shooting. Who do you see as looking at the lineup lang they have now? Yung next leader na magsi-step up in that role na may
has to be Mark Nonoy. And then I believe Brent Paraiso still has a playing year left. So those two in the backcourt, and then the additional players from the recruitment wheel ni Coach Alden Ayo. Dahil when you become if you have already developed a winning program, you become a destination school. And this is one thing that UST has been able to do after a stellar season. And this is also was something that Coach Bo Perasol was able to do for the Fighting Maroons after last year and probably heading to next year.
Speaking of Renzo Subido, what sort of legacy ang may iwan niya sa UST sa Espanya?
Ang pinaka-natatandaan ko talaga sa anak ng teammate ko na taga-UP at anak ng Olympian na living legend sa athletics sa track and field is the shot that broke the hearts of the Fighting Maroons. And that will stand by the test of time, that winning shot took them to the finals. And wherever he goes, people will always remember that shot that he delivered for UST.